Welcome to another entertainment segment of Impact. I'm your host, John Russell Cring, film director, entrepreneur. This is my third season. They couldn't get anybody else. They were desperate and they asked me back. And here's what I got to say about my season last year. There's some great interviews. I think I had some of my best interviews. I also had some of my worst interviews. So go ahead on YouTube, check them out, and you decide if they were my best or my worst. Speaking of best and worst, we have Amy Howansky with us. Amy Howansky is a friend of mine that I've worked with, and she is an entertainment entrepreneur herself. Involved in filmmaking and in production and design, and you are like the Joan of Arc of the Capital Region. We will not be setting you on fire, though. I don't.
No, I hope not.
Okay.
And my hair's not quite long enough yet.
That's right. So, and Amy, thanks so much for being on the show.
It's my pleasure to be here.
That's right. We are old friends. If you had told me correctly, we have an anniversary.
Our anniversary.
We have an anniversary, you and I.
Yes.
That's right. No, thank you. That's right. The first film you ever worked on.
That was yours.
It's
called Rid.
Which was part of Creeping Crawling.
Right. And you needed people to be in a scene in a bar, extras, background actors.
Yes.
So I showed up. And I was assigned a date for the evening, a new person, and now we're friends, which is great.
Was there a hookup there? Did
No.
I, make a love connection?
No,
anything?
I'm married.
Okay. So, hey, man, when you're on a film, stuff happens.
That's true.
It's theater. We're naked. We know.
Well, I wasn't naked in that scene.
Well, that's true. Not in that one.
Not that scene.
Yeah. Okay.
And so then afterwards, I just loved it so much that you guys were packing up and you were out in the parking lot, and I ran over to you and said, "Hey, I want to learn more. Can I do more stuff with you?" And
we said, "Leave us alone."
You said,
no.
"Yeah, come on, get in the van."
Yeah.
So I just
looked around. I'm known to say that. Just don't say it to 12-year-olds.
No, that's right. So I actually got in your van and drove away with you guys. I
Yes.
left my car at the place and drove away. I could have been killed, left in a ditch somewhere.
That's right. Yeah.
And then I helped you, so it was great. So
and you were involved in sound, and you did lighting, and we went out to the spooky, scary mansion.
That's right, in Tivoli.
Yes.
That was great. That was a fun shoot. And the thing I remember the most of all the shoots is that I did boom mic and sound for you, and I had to record creeping crawlings. So a tarantula, and I am deathly afraid of spiders. So I extended the boom pole out way over there.
And I remember there was like the sound of the scorpion on the paper, and you loved that sound. You're like, "Shut up, everybody! I want to get this."
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And a lot of the critters running across the keys on the keyboard.
Yes.
That was great.
There is nothing like making a film because you just don't know what you're going to get thrown into. So I guess you developed a taste for it.
Yes, I did. I had an inkling that I might want to do this a long time ago, but my career is in horticulture with plants. And then I decided, hey, I'm not getting any younger, and if I'm going to do
When you said horticulture, I thought maybe you studied prostitutes. But all right.
No.
Okay, no. Okay, that's what I do. No, anyway.
I'm not a sociologist.
Okay.
So I work with plants. I diagnose tree problems, and I help with garden design, and I give lectures about how to plant trees correctly, and I haven't given that up. I still love it. But I've always loved film, and so I wanted to see if I could do it before I died.
What is excuse me, are you here to announce some sort of cancer or something here? No. Before you died? I mean, God, you're a young woman.
You never know when you're going to get hit by a bus. So
well, that's true. That's right. Or get into a strange van and never be seen again.
That's right.
That's right. So what exactly is the connection between what you knew about, studying plants and horticulture and science, I guess, and working in film?
There's none.
There's no connection at all.
Well,
basically, there is no information in science to help you in this.
There's one thing. When I watch a movie and I look in the background to see what plants they've put in their set design, I get really ticked off all the time.
Okay.
I was like, that's not right. They've got irises and peonies and roses and chrysanthemums all blooming at the same time. No, that doesn't happen.
But you're a master of organization. That's what I always hear about you, is that you are fantastic at the details, making the list, making the plans. You work with so many different filmmakers, which we'll get into that a little bit. But is that sort of meticulous nature is something that you've transferred over?
I think I was...
Just agree with me.
Yes, that came
Yeah,
from
thank you.
plants.
I appreciate that.
No, I was born with that. That's a Virgo.
Okay.
Anal retentive. Yeah.
Excuse me? Right. That goes back to the horticulture thing.
I did tell somebody that I liked things anal once, and that's not what I meant.
No,
I was like,
well.
Paperwork. That's what I mean. Please give me a job on set where I have to do paperwork. I will do a good job for you.
So you met people through me, through Upstate Independence,
Yes.
people like Victor Rodriguez, Gary Flugie, that type of thing.
Yes.
And basically you guys created what we knew of in the 70s as a super band, where you would
Yes.
take people from different bands and put them all together and create an entire new supergroup. And you
our
guys
first
did
album
that.
is coming out.
Yes, exactly. Your first album. That's right. It's a double record.
We thought that there was a lot of help for actors, but not so much support for crew people in the capital region. So we said, well, let's put something together.
It's called Puma.
It's called Puma, which is Pictures Up Media Alliance.
See, and I never knew there was an acronym. I just thought you liked black cats.
We all need hats,
Yeah,
matching
absolutely.
sneakers,
but not
shirts.
get sued by Puma.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That is a problem.
Right.
So, where did the idea from that come from? Were you kind of like, well, this person has this and this person has this, and they're,
We were working together, several of us. 4 people started out, and we said,
Who
what?
are they?
Harold Bryant, Victor Rodriguez, and Gabriel Robles.
I don't know any of those people. Yes, I do.
They're all
yes.
straight.
Yes.
They're
Actually,
all
they've all
weird.
been worked on my films. So yeah.
So we were sitting around in Harold's backyard, and we said, we really want to put something together. And Harold said, I want to start a group. And we said, well, let's start a group. So we put the 4 of us together, and then we kept adding on more people from the region.
And who said just as long as John isn't involved?
We're never asking John.
Never asking
Never,
John.
never.
John rules with an iron fist.
You can become part of our group. And so we have a whole list of requirements and benefits,
So much for that.
which the anal retentive
I'm
person
just not
wrote up.
interested in requirements or benefits.
It's only $5 for dues because that's what we had to pay to get our domain name.
Oh, nice. Wait, is that $5 total or $5 a piece?
$5 per person.
See, no. I mean, if it was $5 total, I could kick in for that, but no. No, and you guys you've done music videos, you've done commercials, short films. Where's all the work coming from?
A lot of the work we are creating ourselves.
Okay.
We wanted to work with each other. We have tons of ideas. Don't you have like a list of ideas a mile long?
No, I have no ideas. I have no ideas. No, I just steal from other people. As soon as you leave here, I'm immediately going to go onto your website and try to snake your clients.
I'm going to have to clear that all off.
It happens.
So we just had too much. We had too much stuff that we wanted to do, and we said, let's do it. So
Right.
we help each other with our projects, and hopefully that will turn into paid work, and we have done some paid work, and we're beginning. We're new, so we're looking to expand in those areas.
Excellent. But you also work with another company too.
Yes.
So are you in competition with yourself?
No, because our agreement is that everybody in Puma is independent, which is the way it works in the film community. Also, it's like a musician. You're an independent contractor. You do a gig, and then you go over here and you do another gig, and you do another gig. So we're all independent, and yet.
So you're just in a couple of different bands.
I play a couple instruments.
Okay. All right.
So I also have a business partnership with Victor Rodriguez.
Right.
And
Also worked on Creeping Crawling.
yes.
Right.
Yes. As a camera guy
Yes.
for you guys. And we call it 15 Stones Productions.
Okay.
And we started this a couple of years ago with another friend of ours because we all were in this type of sport called curling.
Yes.
Where you throw stones on ice and then you sweep.
Which is the whole 15 stones thing, right?
Yes. Well, there's 16 stones in a game, but we said, well, you're kind of like one shy of a full deck. So
Right.
we said we're one stone short of a full deck. So
Wow.
15 stones. The symbolism.
How much do you love curling humor? Only on this show do you get, stand-up curled.
It's an Olympic sport.
Yeah, well.
It's that exciting.
We're trying to stop that.
There have been petitions to stop
Yeah, I
that.
think there need to be. No. Curling is a great time to get drunk, right? Isn't that really
You
what it's about?
actually are allowed to drink during the game.
Really?
Hand to God, yes.
My gosh, well,
Yes.
that's pretty awesome. I'm hoping that we're going to start doing that on this show, where I'm going to be allowed to drink.
Oh, I thought you meant you would come out and curl on the show.
No.
We could teach you how to curl.
I do. I need to curl.
You could have an episode from the curling club.
So what's the project that 15 Stone is working on?
It's called Far From the Heart. It's a web series. Sometimes I say it's kind of like Highlander, but people have turned me down and to not let me shoot at their locations because they thought that we would be running around with swords. So
okay.
I don't say that anymore.
So that's a bad thing.
That's a bad thing to say. So it's an immortal guy. He's lived and came over here in the 1600s.
Okay.
So we did a lot of research, historical research.
So instead of saying it's like Highlander, say it's like Jesus.
He's not that old.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway.
So he's here. We concentrate on his current life. However, in every episode, something happens where it triggers a flashback. So we show a flashback to another time period in each episode. And I don't know what we were thinking because it's very difficult.
Okay, let's get down and dirty here, Amy. We're going to talk here because this web series, it started like 3 years ago.
I know.
Okay, and you're starting it back up. What happened? Because people need to know the problems that come into trying to pull something together.
The finding locations is extremely difficult, especially for something that, if I want it to be authentic and I need a barn from 1861, can we go to a state historic
site? All of these
site?
different times and all these costumes.
Yes, you have to get the makeup correct, the costume correct, the setting correct, the props. And we're trying to do a quality piece here. We don't want it to look.
See, that's your mistake. That's your mistake. You're in the capital region. You don't need to do a quality piece.
I don't know.
I don't.
Why did we do this? Eight different time periods. Oh my goodness.
I remember meeting up with Victor, and because what I do is I meet up with people so they can buy me dinner, and that's really that. And I say, oh, I'm here to give you advice, and I'm just actually there to eat food.
Eating tacos.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. What tacos? Because his name is Rodriguez. What kind of racist thing is that? Come on, Paula Dean.
He likes tacos.
Thank you. All right. No, seriously. And I told him, Victor, this is an incredibly ambitious project. He goes, I know, John, I know, it's going to be great. We're going to get it done in 4 weeks.
What?
I'm like, no, Victor, it's not going to happen.
No, 4 years.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but see, no, it keep going and you could be in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. That could be amazing.
I think we're about 60% done filming right now. We have filmed some of the flashbacks.
Right.
We got to film a 1921 scene, kind of like a Great Gatsby.
That was cool. Rich Luanello was involved in
that. Yes, and Daniela Malave.
Yes, Daniela Malave. Also, she's a great actress, and she was. We threw bugs on her in our film. It always has to come back to me. Me, my film, what I do. All right.
We got to film that in Yaddo.
Yes, and you've got another, I don't know what Yaddo is.
In Saratoga, the beautiful estate. Beautiful gardens.
Awesome. I still don't know what that is, but that's okay. Yaddo. All right. It's for what's for dinner?
A plug for our capital
Yaddo.
area.
Okay. Also, you have you have another project that you and Victor are working on together, and it is getting. I mean, the speed with which that is coming out is amazing, and it's a little bit darker, a little bit almost kind of a girl with a dragon tattoo thing.
Yes. It's called What Goes Around. We call it WGA for short.
Right.
And Victor's doing that under his production
You realize that's
label.
the Writers Guild of America. You have this thing about acronyms
I do.
you pick ones that are already being used. That's a problem.
I'm a bad namer.
You have to be careful with that because you could be sued. Okay. We have this thing called the CIA that we are working on right now. I'm sorry, that's me being you, coming up with more acronyms.
I need to take naming lessons.
The NAACP and I are working on this. So talk to me a little bit about What Goes Around.
As you said, it is much darker.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a man and a woman who they're both assassins, and I can't say too much, but they're trying to figure out where does this assassin business fit in their life and in their belief structure.
Is it going to be is it a short film? Is it a web series? Is it a feature? What is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, so far we filmed a Kickstarter for it, and we've done a photo shoot for marketing. And what we would like to do is film a pilot and see how that goes over, see if people like it, and then hopefully make it into a web series.
And then you're also been PAing, which is known as a production assistant on a lot of other films too, like larger projects.
Yes, I got to work on Bridezillas, and wife swap, yeah, and toddlers and tiaras.
Wow. And what was that like? Talk to me about the actual reality of reality television.
It's a whole other world.
Okay.
It's an amazing whole other world. I did not get to meet Honey Boo Boo.
Oh,
It was
that's a sad thing.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
that's all right.
But, you know, I got to travel all over the place and really see how sets were done and how the production was done from behind the scenes and meet a lot of people, so it was
Have
fun.
you been able to sort of take that knowledge and you bring it into Puma? And
Absolutely, absolutely. I've also taken some classes. I took a class from John Holzer from the Digital Film Farm.
Right.
The next day I used that information on set. And then because of that, I got a job on another set. So every single
Wow.
time you're on set, you're learning more stuff that you could then take to your own projects.
What would you like to see happen? I mean, basically, you're just like, coming in here and you're got your hands in all of these different projects. I mean, do you eventually like want to have your own production company, just you? You forget all those other guys. You're leaving the super group and you're going out on the road. You're going solo.
That's
yeah.
right, dumping them all. No, I'd like to. I want to get an Academy Award.
Oh,
there.
Well,
That's
you
my
know. Don't think small. Don't think small. Come on.
I've got to broaden my horizons a little, I guess. Yeah, that's my goal. Yeah, I want to produce big films. I want to produce documentaries, shorts, and do things where people will learn from it. That you know, these films that will send a message to people that will help the community.
Awesome. That's awesome. So where can people find out about Puma if they wanted to hire you and 15 Stone and, you know, Amy Howansky in general?
You can go on Facebook for 15 Stones Productions, and that's written with a 1-5, not the word. And then we also have a web page or a Facebook page up for Far From the Heart and What Goes Around. And then through any of those places you can contact us, or you can contact me directly at amyhowansky@yahoo.com, which is AMYHOWANSKY, Amy Howansky@yahoo.com.
Absolutely fantastic. That's great. That's great. Well, thank you for being on my inaugural show
Thank you for the invitation.
The third season. I would say this is not my worst show ever.
Oh, great.
Which is great. It's not my best show, but you know, we have to build. We have to build.
I can come back in a year and we can have a better show.
Well, you were absolutely fabulous. It's always me. I'm the problem. We got to do something about that host guy. I don't know what it is. So thanks once again for checking out the entertainment segment of Impact. Check out Amy Howansky on all of those cool websites and internet-y type things. And we'll see you next time.
Proctors, bringing the best in arts, education, and entertainment.